Hello again, welcome back to my channel. My name is Juniper Rose, and today we are doing Witchy Wonders episode 6. I cannot believe that we are already on episode 6. It's kind of crazy because honestly, I feel like I just started this channel yesterday. So one of you guys requested in the comments for me to film a video on how to cast a circle, and so that is what we will be covering today. I definitely do want to make sure that I am covering topics that you guys are interested in and that you would like to learn more about. So if you guys have any suggestions for topics that you would like for me to cover in future videos, go ahead and leave a comment down below because, as I said, I definitely want to make sure I am covering topics that you guys are interested in. With that being said, you guys are so awesome. It is not even the last week of November yet, and I've already hit 127 subscribers as of today when I am filming this video. So thank you so much. This has been incredible for me. I had a goal of reaching 100 subscribers previously by the end of November, but again, you guys have blown my mind. Thank you so much for the love and support. So since we are still kind of in the middle of November, I have decided to make a new goal because you guys are so amazing. So let's see if we can get up to 150 subscribers by the end of November. That would be really phenomenal. And one more topic to cover before I do jump into the video is that I do plan on posting my Q&A on Instagram soon. So if you guys have not followed me yet on Instagram, but you would like to participate in my Q&As, go ahead, give me a follow. My information is down in the description box below. So keep an eye out for that. I'm hoping to get that posted this week, and I will be filming the Q&A in the next week or so. So without further ado, let's talk about casting circles. But first, you know what I'm gonna say. You know it. It's my coffee. I might have a problem. Well, that's unfortunate. It appears that I drank all my coffee earlier today, which would actually explain why I'm so hyper. Let's just get into the video now. So today we're going to be talking all about casting a circle. So I will be covering what is casting a circle, when would you want to cast a circle, and a couple of different ways to cast circles. So the first question is, what is casting a circle? Casting a circle is basically creating a protective barrier between you and anything that wishes you ill will. This protective barrier is created by your own intent and energies. You can also call on any deities that you may work with, or you can call upon your guardians and guides to add their protection into your circle. This is a very common thing to do, actually. Many witches will also call in the elements for protection while casting their circles. Question number 2, when should we cast a circle? So as stated before, we cast circles as protective barriers for our space, and this is mainly before we do any type of spell work or ritual work, because when you are doing spell work and ritual work, you are raising a lot of energy, and it can potentially attract different types of entities. Unfortunately, some of them do wish ill will or harm. This protective barrier will essentially keep them out of your space and keep you safe while you are doing your spell work or your ritual work. I did cover a little bit about this, I believe, in Witchy Wonders episode 3, which did cover the basics of protection magic. If you missed that, I'll go ahead and leave a card up here for you. You can also cast a protective circle before you enter into meditations, or you can cast your circle before doing divinatory work, so reading a tarot card or runes or tasseography, any sort of divination. You can also cast a protective circle when you are creating or crafting something. If you wish to not be disturbed during that time. You can also cast a protective circle around yourself before going to bed if you feel that you are prone to any sort of nightmares, night terrors, or psychic attacks while you sleep, or if you just feel uncomfortable in the place that you are sleeping at, maybe you are away from home. The key here is to just follow your gut. If you feel like you need to cast a circle for some reason, whatever it may be, then go ahead and cast a circle. It's always better to be safe than sorry. Number 3. How do you cast a circle? There are actually a lot of different ways that you can cast a circle, and it's just essentially a matter of finding what you feel most comfortable with, what you feel works best for you. So far in my practice, I have personally used 2 methods of casting a circle. Both of them have worked just fine for me. So I will go over these 2 methods of how I have personally casted a circle before. But if you feel like these methods might not work for you, then do some research, do some reading, find out how other people cast their circles, or just create your own method. As long as your intent and energy is there for the purpose of casting a protective circle, it will work no matter how you go about it. So the first method, I'm going to consult my book of spells here. This is essentially my little spell book where I write down all of my spells. I do keep it separate from my book of shadows because when I'm casting my spells, I just like to quickly be able to reference my spell if I don't remember something. So the first method that I'm going to share with you on how to cast a circle is actually the way that I began. This method doesn't call in any of the elements. It's just a very simple way to cast a circle. So the items that you will need for casting this circle is some sage or some Palo Santo or some protective incense. You will also need a black candle, and you will also need either your athame, or you can use a wand, or even just your 2 fingers. The point again with this is just directing your energy. You can also use protective runes or sigils, or you can also have a crystal that has protective properties with you. So I'll typically use smoky quartz for my protective crystal, and then for runes I'll typically pick out Therisaz, which is for protection, and Iwaz, which is for safety. I'll either just have those rune stones present on my altar, or if I want to, I will take a small pin or a needle and I will carve those runes into my candle. Again, this is completely up to you if you want to have those items present or not. You can even make up your own protective sigil and carve it into your candle, whatever works for you. So before I even cast my circle, what I will do is cleanse my space. I'll typically use sage to get rid of any residual energies that might just be stagnant or negative. I just want to start with a fresh, clean space. Once I have done that, I will light my black candle. I will then take my athame and I will trace 3 circles. I will do my first circle with the athame pointing downwards, and I will go in a clockwise motion. My second circle I will cast straight out from me. I don't even know how much this camera will pick up of what the hell I'm doing, but I will essentially cast a circle straight out from me, again in a clockwise position. And then for the third circle, I will go above my head. So it kind of creates just like a protective circle. While I am tracing these circles with my athame, I will recite a protective chant. So once you have created your circle, you are ready to cast your spell or to perform your ritual, meditate, or do divinatory work. If you happen to have forgotten something and realize this only after you've casted your circle, you can make a doorway to exit from. So what you will do to create a doorway, for me personally, I will create the doorway with my athame again. I will create it in a counterclockwise position and chant something to the effect of what I have written down in my book here. From this opening I shall leave and return without harm. May nothing bearing ill will enter while I am gone. Once I have returned to my circle, circle, I will again trace the doorway with my athame to close it up in a clockwise position, and I will say something to the effect of, "This doorway is now sealed." Once you are finished with your spell work or your ritual or whatever you were doing in your circle, it is important to close your circle out. This will release any of the energies that you have built up while casting your circle into the universe, and you will also be dismissing any deities or guardians or guides that you have invited to offer their protection in your circle. I will say something to the effect of, "The circle is open but never broken." I will then thank my guardians and my guides and any other entities or deities that I've invited into my circle with me. That is the first method of casting a circle. It doesn't really require calling in any elements, and it's a very simple one to start out with, especially if you are a beginner. The second method of casting a circle that I have personally tried is pretty much the same, except this time I am calling in the protection from the elements. So what you will want to do is, of course, start out the same, clear your space of any stagnant or negative energy with either some protective incense, burning Palo Santo, or some sage. Next, I will still light my black candle in the center of the circle, and if I wish, I will have any protective crystals around me, and I will also have my 2 protective runes that I typically use. This method, you will probably want to have a compass so that you can understand your bearings and which directions are which, since you will be facing east, south, west, and north to call in the elements. From the east, you will call in the element of air for its protection. So what I do is I will hold my athame out, call in the elemental air, and then I will allow the element of air to essentially fill me up. So I am personally not Wiccan, but when I started my practice, I started researching Wicca because I feel like it's got the fundamental basics that will follow through for any path. So the first 5 chapters of this book essentially goes over the basics of Wicca. So I found it to be very helpful for me. It goes in depth with information about tools, about what magic is, and casting a circle, and just a lot of really good information. So I will go ahead and leave a link for you to purchase this book on Amazon down below. Well, I hope I wasn't too rambly and confusing. If I was, I'm sorry about that. I'm a bit hyper right now, and so I've been talking like a mad person, and I have physically had to force myself to slow down when I'm talking, so my bad. But that is actually all that I have for you guys today. Like I said before, my social media is in the description box below. Go ahead and check those out. And if you haven't followed me on Instagram yet, but you would like to participate in my Q&As, go ahead and follow me on Instagram and stay tuned for that post. Thank you again so much, everybody, for your love and for your support. And until next time, the witch is out. Bye! The smoke is everywhere. This is getting off to a fantastic start. For me to would like to have why can I not speak? Please send help. Um, 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 whoo! Oh my god. It was a little bit awkward and desperate. Desperate. That is not even going to make it into the bloopers. Nope, nope, nope. But you would like to... My coffee's gone. I drank it already? Again, please send help. Own it. I keep forgetting my words. English, Juniper. English. Oh my god. And many wishes were made that day. You guys, I am wired. I am wired. Take 2. Okay, I'm being so weird, and I'm waving a knife around like a friggin' maniac, and I'm going to hurt myself on accident.